The Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, or CFAA, is outlined in US Code Title 18, Section 1030. It is the primary US federal statute that prohibits and penalizes certain forms of computer hacking. The statute imposes both criminal and civil penalties for actions taken by an individual who has either lack of authorization to access a computer or exceeds authorized access to that computer. The Congress passed it in 1984 to protect federal computers, bank computers, and pretty much every computer connected to the internet from trespassing, threats, damage, espionage, and from being corruptly used as instruments of fraud. So in enacting the CFAA, Congress chose to address all of these series of computer-related offenses in a single statute. There are 9 sections to the CFAA, A through I. The 4 important ones are Section A, that describes the offenses or the types of criminal activity that it addresses. Section C describes what offenders who are caught violating the CFAA may be punished with. Section C precisely defines the key computer security terms relevant to the law. Now, the CFAA is primarily a criminal law. However, under certain circumstances, the CFAA affords a private civil right of action, and Section G outlines those. Next, we are going to go into the details of each of these sections. Now, individuals only violate the CFAA if their hacking behavior falls into one of 7 categories specified in Section A. Section A1 is about hacking to commit espionage, used to injure the US or to the advantage of a foreign nation. So, for example, if a citizen of Russia, China, North Korea, etc. hacked a computer in the USA and stole some confidential information about how the US military operates, that would fall under this category. Section A2 is about computer trespassing, to intentionally access a protected computer without authorization to obtain information. So, for instance, this would relate to a hacker who infiltrates an online bank in the US and steals information about all the bank account holders. A3 is intentionally hacking without authorization a computer of a department or agency of the United States. So this is the same thing as Section A2, but instead of a bank, this happens to be an FBI or a computer belonging to the White House. A4 addresses committing fraud with a computer. So like in the previous example, I hacked the bank, but this time I discovered that Alice has a fat bank balance, so I blackmail or defraud her to make her give me some of her money. Damaging a protected computer, including viruses and worms to cause damage. So remember we talked earlier about virus and Trojan creation kits? Well, if you created one and install it on a university server so that all the university computers freeze and you get off from class, this would violate Section A5 of the CFAA. Section A6 deals with trafficking in passwords. Brute forcing and stealing someone's password and posting it on the dark web would be one example of this. And A7 is about threats of hacking. So even if you don't end up hacking your victim, but threaten them that you would hack them with intent to extort money or other things of value or damage their hard drive, that would be punishable under Section A7.